shiny Iron Valiant, a mechanical knight from the future, cloaked in a ghostly white and teal glow. It's the kind of Pokemon that makes you stop and think, whoa, this thing is dangerous. And trust me, it is. But today, we're not just talking about looks. This is about power. About turning the tables when all hope seems lost. Because Terra Ghost Iron Valiant doesn't just fight. It haunts its opponents, phasing through what should have been its demise, striking back with devastating force. Your eyes do not deceive you. We are having a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet overused singles Wi-Fi battle versus Ike today. Ike is leading with Ambipom as I am leading with Goldfinger. By the way, now we're going to get sped up and get into the actual battle. By the way, if you know the theme of the team down below, or kind of any of the references, let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys are as excited about Legends ZA as I am, let me know. Speaking of, let's look at that beautiful animation. I am most certainly not interested in Salazzle's corrosion toxic ability, allowing him to toxic my defensive Great Tusk. So I'm going to go out into McLean here for some comatose action, and that toxic is liberated. So I guess that Slithering Serpent isn't interested in staying in against Kamala. I have the opportunity here to go for a wish and support the rest of my team, like my physically defensive Great Tusk. Rambo can come in here pretty much for free, as Onyx Edge is not playing around at all. Sets up a Swords Dance. I was thinking this would be a Violet Bisharp, and I guess it still could be, just to enable it to set up those Swords Dances a lot better. But I'm pretty sure I could just take a +2 Iron Head and knock him out in one shot with an Earthquake. So I guess he doesn't feel like he has the damage range. Going into the smarter play being Carry On, predicting my obvious Earthquake to get rid of that physically offensive threat after that Bisharp went for a +2 with Swords Dance. Now I'm thinking here, okay, with Carry On, I think he's just going to go for a Toxic, as I'm going to go out into Supernova. Hey Johnny, you need to back it down. I could go hotter. If you guys get that reference, you guys are awesome. I'm going to go out to Supernova my Heatran, who is more than capable of taking a Foul Play. That does do a little bit of damage, but it does not clue me in on if this Mandibuzz is physically defensive or specially defensive. I'm going to go out into McLean once again, predicting Toxic as he swaps out. I'm not really sure how much damage I would take from Foul Play, but I'm not really interested. I'm going to go for a knockoff. I don't know how this Salazzle is set up. Probably going to be Focus Sash, and I know he knows that, so we're going to find out if this thing is Dread Plate or the Eviolite. It is the Eviolite Bisharp as he comes out once again, allowing my physically defensive Great Tusk to make an appearance for the second time in this match. They both strike battle poses, and Iron Head is the best thing this Bisharp can hit me with. I recover pretty much all of that with leftovers. Knowing that I'm physically defensive, and knowing now he's a Violite, and that he's not offensive, he's a lot more bulky spread to set up that late game Swords Dance. I'm not near as worried about this thing. In comes this thing, which I'm assuming now to be physically defensive, but I care not, because now I'm just going to go for Stealth Rocks. For a couple of reasons. Number one, if he wants to stay in here and go for a Defog, then Goldango is a perfect switch to this oncoming possible Defog that might be coming my way, or this Toxic. You know what? It's good as gold. Goldfinger is going to come in here, and that is a reference to Scaramanga. If you know what that is, you also absolutely rock. Then I've also got the trick here up my sleeve. I'm going to go ahead and give him a Choice Scarf, as now he gets Heavy Duty Boots, and Foul Play does a pretty good amount, not quite down to half, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't know what this Mandibuzz is going to go for, and rewatching this switch, I'm like, what on earth was I thinking? I took a Foul Play at half of McLean's HP for absolutely no reason. There was really, and quite possibly, no reason to switch into this. I guess what I was thinking is possibly if I was just going to go directly into Great Tusk, but Great Tusk couldn't have like boosted its offensive stature in any way, and I think what I was trying to do overall is to get in Iron Valiant. Bloodsport, also another great reference for this team. I'm going to get my Quark Drive up, get my speed up, as this Foul Play does not do a whole lot at all, because I do quad resist it with Fairy and also the fighting typing. That actually did did as much as it did because of a critical hit. I'm actually a sword stance setup with this thing, and we are about to find out what this Mandibuzz is about. We are about to find out if this thing is physically defensive or especially defensive. He goes out into Melodic, who after taking a Stealth Rock switch-in, is at a range after the burn, and the Stealth Rock switch-in can I knock this thing out with a +2 close combat. I believe I am a jolly nature of my Paradox Pokemon here, and I do a lot of damage. In comes the Scald. Please don't burn. We live it on 6 HP. Burn residually knocks it out. And now Seraphine is on the brink of death, and that is fantastic. So what's going to happen here is I was like, okay, Ambipom is in the back. So if I revenge kill this thing with a close combat, he's going to want to fake out me anyway, plus the physically defensive loss that I get with the close combat. In comes this little rascal. This little rascal is going to be the death of me. However, I am going to turn the tables here with the Terra Ghost, predicting the fake out as I come in here. And as we predict that fake out, we are able to take that fake out because we are the ghost typing. Go for a close combat. We already knocked off a potential Focus Sash with the Stealth Rock switch, and so we don't have to worry about that. And that monkey business, there will be no monkey business today. Onyx Edge comes in here, and I'm thinking, okay, he's just going to go for a Sucker Punch. But how much damage can we do with a +2 Shadow Sneak? Eviolite Bisharp without the Eviolite. We get a crit there. His Sucker Punch is invalidated by the Shadow Sneak, and we can play the mind games all day and could just get another knockout with a close combat here. However, if we do go for close combat, it goes for Sucker Punch, then of course we lose. We go for Shadow Sneak as he actually goes for the offensive Iron Head to finish off Bloodsport. But man, almost 3 KOs. If you guys loved that showcase right there, you gotta hit the subscribe button. You gotta hit it. Speaking of, a wild subscribe button has appeared. Thank you guys so much for the support. Alright, back to the match. So we now end up with the standoff that we've had this entire game, where Bisharp is once again facing Rambo. I'm going to go back to Goldfinger as he actually swaps out. I'm not sure why. Bisharp has been worn down to the point that Great Tusk can easily finish it off later. As I go back out to Goldfinger, as Mandibuzz now shows itself, and I was like, okay, we need to find out at some point if this Mandibuzz is physically defensive or specially defensive so that we can wear this thing down. We take Foul Play so incredibly stupid well with Rainbow. I believe we recover all of the chip off that we get here with the leftovers alone. Ice Spinner does okay. It might even possibly be a mixed wall, looking at the damage ranges that I'm looking at here. That being said, we don't have a whole lot we can do to this thing. I was hoping that he would roost here, and we could just get some earthquake damage, but that doesn't happen. And I guess he's not interested in recovering his HP. That's fine, I suppose. I guess we'll just continue to go for Ice Spinner. However, this thing doesn't have anything to hit me. It does not have physically offensive Brave Bird, Air Slash, anything like that for super effective damage. And I think Brave Bird would actually end up bombarding him more than me. The recoil damage would definitely continue to wear him down with these Ice Spinners. One final one does spin this thing out of control and knock it out completely, and Mandibuzz is out of the way. Finally, that defensive tank was definitely sticking around much longer than its welcome was warranted. He's going to go back out into Venomous, and I was like, okay, from here, this Fire Blast is incoming, and I don't know how much you do to Great Tusk, and I know you don't have a Focus Sash anymore because I've already knocked that off, so that's good. In comes the Fire Blast. Heatran, of course, he definitely, Supernova comes in, he's definitely going hotter. He went hotter, he destroyed the machine, and he was over 40,000 Kelvin, the temperature of the sun. Cool! Not cool, Johnny. You could have killed yourself and everyone in it. Okay, Supernova, bad. Sorry. That's actually the reference around this Heatran, by the way. I can't give you the movie. You'll have to let me know in the comment section. Alright, in comes Inferno. Disco Inferno, baby. Okay, we just getting all the references in here. Earth Power coming in here. 2 minutes left in the battle. Speed Boost is going to go off, and I was a little worried about Blaziken just for a minute there. I was thinking, okay, he could definitely knock me out with a close combat, bring him down to residual range. However, Rambo is in the back, and Rambo is physically defensive, so the only way that I'm actually scared of this thing is a possible Swords Dance into, like, Brave Bird combo. I also still have Maverick, which has the multi-scale. Yeah, Kamala will go down, Goldfinger will go down. I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Brave Bird coverage would be really bad. He does not have it. Close combat does not do enough, and luckily we take this threat out of the way. And down goes Inferno. Disco Inferno, baby. I see the disco ball up there. And this thing gets knocked down. Onyx Edge is going to come in. 20 seconds on the clock. The last Pokemon. And we have got this in the bag. We can also just extreme speed with Dragonite. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next battle with the same team. Let me know. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.